morning, everybody. It is January 11th, 2017, and I was watching Frank DeMora. I really like watching him. He's got a lot of interesting insight, and he was talking about the events that were due to take place soon in the future, and a lot of things already developing. One of the things he pointed out was Donald Trump's efforts to push the UN embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, and how the Palestinian Authority was threatening that if he were to do so, then it would cause the return of bloodshed in the Palestinian territory. Now, Palestine plays a big role in Bible prophecy concerning Jerusalem, because if you read Revelation 11, it talks about where the angel told John to go and measure the courts, one side that would contain the temple, and one side that would be without the temple. And he told John, he said, the area that is without the temple, do not measure it. It goes to the Gentiles, and they will tread it underfoot for 42 months. Which is 3.5 years if you do your math and it matches up. So, he was talking about that, the Palestinian Authority, they're suggesting that if Donald Trump pushes for this and they do it, then it's going to cause an outbreak of war against Jerusalem. And, that kind of matches with, Psalm 83 and what Zechariah 12 has to say. And me and Frank both agree that the Psalm 83 war, it has to do with, in verses 4 and 5, it says, "Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. They have consulted together with one consent, and they are confederate against thee." In Zechariah 12, verses 2 and 3, it says, "In that day I'll make Jerusalem a cup of trembling, when they are in siege both against Judah and Jerusalem." And that day's come and gone. We've seen that, where everyone was just obsessing, but no serious push has been made. And now that we're seeing the UN trying to force its resolution on Israel, trying to say, look, okay, either you and the Palestinian people either need to make an agreement, or we're going to make that agreement for you. And so I'd say that is the one of the parts of them trying to burden themselves with Jerusalem. And someone had reported that there are UN vehicles all over the place. And they have pretty much, the UN has assumed control over Jerusalem for the time being until this matter is resolved. Which is not going to be resolved the way they think it is. And Frank DeMora, he was pointing out that the Psalm 83 war is perhaps closer than we think, because Trump is due to move into office in a few days, in just a matter of a few days. So it'll be next Friday when he takes office, and Obama will be moving out. And that's another suggestion that, a lot of people are suggesting that Obama is a prophesied Antichrist. I disagree. Everybody's like, well, look at how the Bible describes the Antichrist if it's Obama. The Bible only describes the characteristics of what the Antichrist will do. Now, Obama has an Antichrist-like spirit in him, declaring to be a good man, but his fruits produce evil seeds. He sits there and swears up and down that he's for Israel, but really he sits there and allows Israel's enemies to attack them at will, and keeps his mouth shut until Israel, retaliates and then condemns Israel. So we know that Obama's not really for Israel. And, he had also pointed out, I'll put the description and the link to my video, to Frank DeMora's video that he had recently posted concerning the current events and how things are rapidly developing, concerning Ezekiel 38 and Zechariah 12 and Psalm 83. And so one of the things he pointed out I thought was kind of interesting. I'm glad that he pointed that out, because I've always been kind of questioning about it. But he talks about in Ezekiel 38, where it talks about the young lions, Sheba and Dedan and Tarshish, just that little group right there. He confirmed it right there that is pretty much the United States, Canada, Australia, and Saudi Arabia. And, they will all be joined together in the Saudi Arabia area when the Psalm, or when Ezekiel 38 breaks out, and says, that conflict that's going to lead to Israel taking down their walls, bars, and gates will come out of Psalm 83, because right now they still have their walls, bars, and gates, and, nothing is going to make them take down those walls until after the Psalm 83 war and just before Ezekiel 38. And as I stated in my previous video, I said it'll be more of a ceasefire than it will be a peace agreement when they take down their walls, bars, and gates, and it will be after the Ezekiel 38 war, when God has stepped forward, just as he said he would, and supernaturally defends Israel. So Trump getting into office is going to put America on its prophetic path, back on to, defending Israel, standing with Israel against their enemies. So just keep on watching. The conference starts this Sunday, so just keep watch on what happens, because I guarantee the bomb clock is ticking for the explosion to put the whole world at the starting line of Daniel's 70th week, or as some of you may prefer to call it, the 7-year tribulation starting point. So, my name is Michael Parr. Just keep on looking up. Our redemption is drawing near. God bless. Have a good one.